Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim and welcome to my channel. Take a moment to subscribe, ring the bell, and then you won't miss any upcoming videos. Today we are going to go through the API Freshwater Test Kit. I think it's time for a recap, so please stay tuned. When we first start out as a new fish keeper, we try so hard to do everything right. We try to apply information we have received from many sources to our own setups, aquariums, and fish. In time, as we live and learn, we soon find out that there are no hard and fast rules to many aspects of this hobby. We have ways of doing things, processes, water changes, filtration types, and care that vary from person to person. In other words, what works for one person may not work for another. In time, we have to find what works best for us. Some of the determining factors are as simple as our water supply and its makeup, our personal schedules, our fish communities, and even the choices of fish we mix together. There is one area that is pretty strict from tank to tank and keeper to keeper. This is a very important part of being a successful fish keeper. There are guidelines that must be adhered to that seriously affect the health and well-being of our fish, that being their water quality and water chemistry. I remember when I was a newbie and so determined to do everything right, like doing my weekly water testing. In time, though, we do learn to spot problems just by sight, indicators that we recognize that point to future problems. Even our water chemistry is something that we learn to spot problems with just by watching our fish. Oh yes, it takes some time, but it does happen. Now I only do my water testing once a month, or if I see something that doing a water test may clarify for me. So today we are going to do a water testing recap. It's a little time consuming, but it's fun too. In fact, sometimes when my grandkids come to visit, they ask me if they can do my water tests. It's funny that they like to do that for me, but this is a way to teach an aspect of fish keeping that they usually wouldn't take part in. This is what I use to hold my test tubes while I'm doing my testing. Woodworking, burning is one hobby I really enjoy. I have a number of hobbies. Some are more seasonal. It's amazing how many of my hobbies can be combined. I'm sure you've all experienced the old test tube roll and crash to the floor scenario. That's what got me making these boards. Looking closely, I bet you can't tell these boards were actually maple hardwood pieces left over from our family room flooring. When I first started my channel, I did giveaways as my channel grew. I made over a dozen of these water testing boards as gifts for my subscribers. Being a unique prize, it was my pleasure sending them off. I hope they were useful. I always use mine when testing my water. No matter what you're doing, it's always good to get all your supplies together, set them out, making sure you have everything you need before starting. Nothing is more annoying than being interrupted when you're focused on a task. I have all my supplies here, my test comparison card, the solutions for each test, a number of extra tubes and caps for each, and pipettes for filling my tubes. So let's get started. This is the process for testing your aquarium water using the API Freshwater Test Kit. I strongly recommend you keep one on hand at all times. They are invaluable. This is how I do my water testing on my 4 show tanks. I'm using a water testing board that I made myself for this purpose. Each tank has a designated midi mug so I can easily keep them apart. Using a pipette or syringe, I fill each vial up to the white line. Make sure you are accurate in this, as any variance can affect the final results. Take note, look closer at the water level in the vial. There's a concave meniscus. That is the little dip at the top of the water level. The sides of the meniscus are higher than the middle. It's the middle point you want to line up with your white line. The first parameter to check is your pH level. Give the bottle a good shake and then add 5 drops to the first vial of the tanks you are testing. Cap the vial and invert each vial a couple times and set it back. The test can be read immediately by matching the colors to the cards. The next test is the ammonia in your water. There are 2 bottles for this test. Taking bottle 1, give it a shake and add 8 drops to the second vial in each group. Taking bottle number 2, again give it a shake and add 8 drops in the same way. Carefully cap each vial. Now I like to wrap the vials in paper towel as they will leak a wee bit when shaken. For the ammonia test, we need to gently shake the vial for 5 seconds. Allow this test a full 5 minutes for the color to develop. The next parameter to test is nitrite. Take the nitrite test solution, give it a good shake. We do this because chemicals tend to settle at the bottom. Add 5 drops to the third vial in each group you're testing. Cap the vials securely, wrap them in paper towel, and give them a good 5-second shake. This test will be ready in 5 minutes. The final test is testing our nitrates. This test has 2 bottles. Take the bottle marked number 1, give it a good shake, and then add 10 drops to your 4th vial. Then cap the vial and give it a shake to make sure it mixes well. Take the second bottle marked number 2 and shake it a good 30 seconds prior to adding your drops. This is important for accuracy of your test. Next, add 10 drops to the same vial. Cap the vial securely, wrap it in paper towel, and shake it vigorously for 60 seconds. This is important to shake the vial vigorously, ensuring an accurate reading. The test will be ready for reading in 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes have passed, you can compare the colors of the solutions in the vials to the corresponding color chart. You should read the results under good lighting for the most accurate reading. Just a reminder I didn't mention, when you are adding your drops into your vials, it's imperative that you hold your bottle straight up and down, inverted perfectly, because that will guarantee each drop is of uniform size. So as you can see, my tests came out fine and I am quite happy. So until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. May your water tests be excellent. I hope you're having a super day. I wish you a great day tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.